Snake? Is that you? Snake! Oh, you're alive! Thank God!
And so are you.
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, it must have been terrible.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that. I was fighting too. Just like you.
You're a strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you. I felt like you were there with me. It gave me the strength to go on. But I was scared.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize something. During all the pain and shame, there was one thing I was sure of. A single hope that I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
Meryl. That's my Kodak.
Shouldn't be able to hear that.
Snake, it's me.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
I got some bad news, too. We're about to be bombed.
Oh, boy. I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in front?
No. It's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security along your escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But
Unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know. Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Good. Don't die on me.
Same to you. Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Thanks.
Thanks? Well, that sounds nice.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What about him? Where's Otacon?
He's fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah. And I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too.
Meryl.
Snake.
Meryl.
You better hurry the hell up.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Let's get out of here.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
There's my sneaking suit.
Hurry up.
What about her? She's gonna need clothes too.
Hurry!
Oh, she somehow found some.
Looking good, Snake.
Although she could probably use some sleeves.
Hurry!
Okay, run back through here, because there's a ration you can pick up. And, well, you're going to want some health. You do not have any weapons, though, so...
I'll drive. Damn, a surveillance camera.
That could have gone better. Okay, it's going to take a while for her to
Damn, no keys.
get that thing working again. Get the Jeep started, so take care of these guys.
I got it, Snake. Jump in. Fire that machine gun with your weapon button. Shoot him, Snake.
For the first time in the game, you can do first-person view when you're firing a weapon. And you're gonna need it.
Snake, hold on.
Now, we have a run-and-gun scene to get the hell out of this building. It's a long tunnel, wow.
Uh-oh,
Wow.
Snake. Checkpoint.
Here they come!
We'll never make it. Okay, Snake, let's go.
Stop being so pessimistic, we'll make it.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Here they come!
We'll never make it. Snake,
What did I tell you about being pessimistic? Well, I killed you already.
You did it, Snake.
Did you expect any different?
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet! Liquid!
Seriously, dude? You're not dead yet? What do we gotta do to make you die? I mean, you were in the Hind, you shot the Hind down, Hind's down. You think you would die when that thing exploded. Then, you were in Metal Gear when it exploded. You think maybe you would have died then, too. Then he beat you up and threw you off of Metal Gear's head. Something like a 30-meter drop or something like that, and you survived that. I mean, seriously, dude? Will you just kindly die? It's like the Murdoch of this game. I wonder if anyone can get that reference.
Look, Snake, daylight. We're gonna crash.
Oh, that's not good.
Meryl. Are you okay?
Yeah, just a little shook up.
Meryl, can you move?
It's no good. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
I can't see him either.
Liquid's dead. Uh-oh.
Snake!
Damn it! Really? Come on. Lay off the Wheaties. No one should be that indestructible.
Snake!
Oh. That is such a shame. He wasn't killed in battle. He was killed by Fox Die.
If he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry, I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi.
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry. But he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
You frickin' liar.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe. Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die too. What about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time is up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you.
Quit dodging the question.
Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you. Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. It's unchangeable, immutable. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that it governs a person's potential strengths, potential destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether or not you're in the Fox-Die program isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm going to choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from here on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to the future. That's how all life works. Loving each other, teaching each other. That's how we can change the world. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Look, I found this.
Let's keep it, as a reminder.
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name's David.
Okay. So where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
What are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful.
sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
I think I'm gonna like this new life.
Come on. Let's enjoy life.
And that is the game, Metal Gear Solid. It was probably one of the better PlayStation games released, and kind of, although it was not the original game in the series, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 were the original games in the series. It was really the first one that introduced it to a mass audience. It was known before, but the different region versions were made by different companies, and they're basically different games. But this one was the first one to get like a wide appeal to a number of different people, and it launched the Metal Gear Solid series, which, although it is technically part of the Metal Gear series, I tend to think of it as being like its own separate entity. It was followed by Metal Gear 2, Sons of Liberty, then Metal Gear 3, what was that one called? Well, anyway, Metal Gear 3 was actually a prequel about Big Boss rather than Solid Snake. And then there was Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, which was a PlayStation 3 game. And that was released about 2 or 3 years ago. So it was a long series, and I believe it may have come to an end. There's some talk about the game being continued beyond Metal Gear Solid 4. There's a spin-off game plan, but there's maybe going to be a Metal Gear Solid 5. Another thing I just want to point out, Liquid Snake was talking about symmetry theory, and he's talking about how nature prefers asymmetry, as opposed to the symmetry that the Genome Soldiers, Solid Snake and Liquid Snake, were showing. And he had some idea that it was going to cause a genetic breakdown and it was going to kill all of them. That just doesn't hold up. Symmetry theory is more along the lines of genetic diversity as a better thing than like a singular form of genetic form. Like Snake, Liquid Snake, and the Genome Soldiers all had very similar DNA because they were all taken from a host, which was Big Boss. So they all, yes, they did have symmetry with each other. But that would only make a difference if they were planning on mating with each other, which all of them were guys, so that's just not going to happen. So that, the Liquid Snake, that he really didn't know what he was talking about there. But anyway, on to the game. I do think overall the story of the game is very good, especially for an action game of the era. 1998, action games did not have stories like this. The best you were going to find is something like a Half-Life kind of game, where it was a first-person shooter, and the story was actually very shallow. This creates much deeper story. You have characters. Snake is a character, Otacon is a character, Meryl is a character, and they're not just characters in the very simple sense of the term, but they're much deeper. They have personalities, they have drives, they lie to each other, they cheat, they do all, they have character flaws, as Otacon would put it. So it really has a lot of draw. And the story, the plot line itself is actually somewhat convoluted. It comes together well, I think, which is more than I can say for Metal Gear Solid 2, which is a much more convoluted plot. I may move on to Metal Gear Solid 2 and do a Let's Play for that. I'm not sure about that yet. But if I do, it's going to be a hard one, because that, as I said, it is a convoluted plot. Some I should make note of before this comes to a close. There are two potential endings to this game. One is, and the difference between the two happens when you are in the torture chamber. If Snake submits, then the ending that we saw would not happen, and Meryl would die. And Snake would escape from the building with Otacon instead of Meryl. Now the canon version of the story is in fact Snake not submitting and Meryl surviving. Both Meryl and Otacon survive, and they appear in later games in the series. But I just wanted to make note of that. Also, there's another change in the way it works. You get in the ending that we have, you get a bandana for your next playthrough, which gives you unlimited ammo. If you were to save Otacon instead, bring Otacon out, you get invisible camouflage, stealth camouflage for your next playthrough.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. The important thing is that you choose life, and then live.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, the inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
What? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, that was a hell of a bombshell that they dropped at the end of the friggin' game, so late in the game that it was after the credits. And the problem is, it does not leave us any room to discuss it. So, if we're going to do this, and I'm going to do it in the next Metal Gear Solid game, then we're going to have to wait for that. So, thank you for viewing this and listening to me babble on mindlessly, and goodbye.